Greetings, Westminster family. I'm Pastor Light here with Pastor York to give an update on the recent General Assembly of the Presbyterian Church in America, which we attended. I personally continue to be very encouraged by the state of the PCA. The tone was unified and the debates on the whole were marked with sincerity and biblical fidelity. Where there was debate and discussion, both sides really argued from the Bible. For instance, one motion attempted to require that only officers distribute the Lord's Supper. And one side argued that biblically this was a matter of the keys of the kingdom, and therefore a charge entrusted to officers. The other side argued that while the scripture is clear about who should administer the Lord's Supper, it is not clear about who should distribute the Lord's Supper, and we should take care not to go beyond Scripture. So this is healthy debate. Kevin DeYoung was elected the moderator of this year's assembly, and in recent years his leadership really has seen the denomination through some difficult controversies. And that has certainly played a role in his election this year, and he did lead with great ability and humor. The most contentious items this year probably pertain to MNA, which is the Mission to North America. And this oversees church planting. MNA saw a significant budget shortfall this past year and then had a series of missteps and was critiqued for those. The coordinator, Erwin Ince, faced a very close vote for his reelection, but he was sustained. Some important overtures that came up this year and passed include an overture to form a study committee to examine Christian nationalism, a study committee to examine making our directory of worship constitutionally binding, and adding instruction to our Book of Church Order on how to examine children who are coming to the Lord's table.
Thanks, Steve. And I'm pleased to report that the PCA remains a strong, unified, and growing denomination committed to the Scriptures, the Reformed faith, and the Great Commission. In 2024, PCA churches saw 5,000 adult conversions, 5,000 youth professions of faith, as well as 5,000 infant baptisms. And so that's exciting growth, especially in a time when many churches are declining. And the PCA remains very committed to training ministers of the gospel, to church planting and raising up missionaries to reach the nations. And the PCA agencies that oversee these ministries, namely Covenant Seminary, Mission to North America, and Mission to the World, all suffered setbacks during the COVID outbreak, but have really rebounded in recent years with growing numbers of seminary students, church planting candidates, and missionary interns. RUF, the PCA's college campus ministry, is growing by leaps and bounds and is now found on nearly 200 campuses nationwide and worldwide. Westminster remains committed to these same ministry priorities, and we want to do our part to help raise up faithful ministers of the gospel, to plant more churches and campus ministries, as well as send out more missionaries to reach the nations for Christ. So we thank you for your prayers, for your faithful support, as together we see the advancement of God's kingdom and the fulfillment of the Great Commission.